Howdy folks, Grok the DuckFarmer here, and I'm playing Homestead on the FTOG server, standing out here at my tuft into ores getup, and it's been running like crazy. I've been AFKing here. I produced lots, but I teased revealing how much in the last episode, and I didn't. I just built the Prismarine farm, which we will visit real quick. But I did want you to have a chance to guess. I've got copper and iron and gold and zinc, and I want you to guess how many blocks of copper, any of them, because they're not all the same. But I'm curious to see who can come the closest to any of these, not with this video, but with the next video. That way you can put your comments in here. You know, I think there's 3 blocks of gold. Well, there's more because I pulled out the gold here to block this off, because people sometimes can get here and will find me and will put stuff like a bottle that says they're watching in my inventory. I logged into that, or I was AFK and I came back to the desk and I went, oh, somebody visited me. Anyway, I put some gold blocks around, and those do count to the total blocks of gold. I put them around so nobody can come and look and see what the counts are. So in the comments down below, put in whatever guess you want to make, and whoever has the closest guess, I will announce that they are the winner of guessing. No prizes, but I'll put that on. Anyway. The other thing I wanted to do was actually go to the Prismarine, or Prismarine with an I, and I AFK'd overnight, and I got up to 35,000 of these guys, and more of the other, and this is just going gangbuster. So I don't spend any more time here, unless I want to watch the guys bouncing around, which is funny. Anyway, let's go home. That's not what I want to do. Today, I want to get into, which moon is this? I can hear the moon, but I'm not sure what the moon is. Yeah, I don't, it was some moon when I logged in, and I don't see a moon, so, anyway, what I want to do is play with the winery mod, and I'm going to chop down some trees here, because they're kind of in the way. And then I'll replant them and make this look better again later. Let's get these logs. Thank you. These logs. Thank you. Because what I'm thinking of doing is putting a winery here into the hill. And for that, I needed to get a little bit more space so I could come up in here. And then comes the question, you know, Grok, do you have a plan for this? No, I do not. However, let's just dump all this stuff out of here. I do have some building procedures, and we'll go with that. So I think I want a shovel as well. Because here's what I'm thinking. This here looks like a good wall. Let's get rid of these blocks right there. This looks like a good wall piece here that we can go off of, and it'll end somewhere over here. So, Harvest Moon. That's what it was. Okay. So what I'm thinking, I like building in odds. So if we come up here, and if we do something like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. And something like that. And then 1, 2, and 3. I don't know if it needs to be up that high. Let's take that down a notch. And let's go 2, 3 there. Get rid of these guys. And we'll take these. Oops, a little bit too much dirt, but that's okay. 1, 2, 3. All right, so there's one section, and again, it's built odds. I like odds, and then I like to not have things be super symmetrical. So let's we'll have another piece bump out here because I'm tired of jumping down and getting hurt. So if we go across, and then we can go up. So I think this will be the actual initial entrance way here, and I'll have to do some tweaking to do it. But that, okay, so then we need a spot over here. That was weird. Having the elytra, and I sometimes jump a little bit too forcefully, I guess. I get that weird bobbing effect. All right, so if we this here, 1, 2, 3. Yep, there we go. One more higher. All right, so this way, you know, like I said, do I have a plan? No, but I have procedures that I go with, and this kind of looks like this would be a good entranceway. And I do like 3x3s, and I can't see it now. I can see it. I do like 3x3 entranceways. They make me happy because there's a nice central piece and it doesn't feel cramped. So that would be the entrance, and these will be 2 wings, I guess, to the place. And since I do like ebony, and I'm actually probably gonna stick with ebony because, you know, everything else is ebony. Let's strip these. I will need to actually figure out a ramp or whatever to get up here. And that's easily enough done. But what this also means is now I need to go deeper in there. I'll put a very low roof on this. It'll be a single floor in here probably. But I definitely need to come in here and take this down a bunch. There's not much dirt here. It's now all stone. But anyway, this gives me something that I can build into. And yeah, we start. Wee! Fast picks for the win. I can start taking this back. I don't know how big this needs to be, but I want to have some nice aesthetics back here, as well as some storage space for winery making. From what I understand, looking at some of the wines, wine. Some of they have a thing, you know, days left to improve quality, and there's a number there, and they all seem to be in the 100 plus. So I need to, when I make the wine, I need to then put it in a wine rack and let it sit there and age over time. I guess these are all just say 112 by default here. Anyway, I need to do that. So that's something that I'll need to add to this. Yeah, got some light issues back here. Let's just, no mobs spawning. Anyway, so the next thing, because, you know, again, do I have a plan? No, I do not. But I definitely at least need to build out a rectangular-ish something back here, the width of this. And then the question is, okay, do I leave this open? I would like these to be kind of windows, but I like trapdoors more than I like windows, so I might go with that. Oh yeah, that definitely needs to be dug out. Oh yes, that definitely does. All right, so I will play with this, at least do some quick digging, and be back. So do I have plans? No, I do not, but I do have methods. And so I've got a nice gentle slope here using slabs and full blocks, so I can easily run up here. And then I just stuck that in the center. I may change that. I don't know, but ooh, I may put that down and put a trapdoor on top of it. Anyway, I like windows that are trapdoors, and I've got these vanilla cherry with the winery cherry. Whoop. So yeah, the vinery cherry, and yeah, and over here I've got the same thing but reversed. I think that's too dark. I think I like that one better. So I'll flip that around. And then I came in here and just kind of pounded out. I want to have a floor, so I needed to get rid of everything here. And so this is going to be the floor level. And then I've got 3 blocks and then something above. So that's why it's 5 tall. Hammered it back some, just kind of went, okay, this is good enough. Then comes the question of floors, what to do for floors. And I think because we've already kind of jumped into the cherry option, I think what I'll do is get some cherry planks. There's a quick stack of those. And I don't know if I'm going to do the entire floor in cherry. I think I might alternate. I do like to kind of alternate these. So let's break that like this and stop it. And then put that down here. No matter how I slice it, it's not going to line up with the windows, but that's okay. Let's take and put like this. And that can go away. And then there would be a bit over here. I think I might go out one block more and put a wall block out there. But anyway, no, I may adjust this. This, make that go away. So I'm going to have alternating 3x3 patches here of this is a nice cheery light wood. And so I may go with this. I do like how it kind of goes all the way to the corners nicely like that. So I may do this. It doesn't mean the walls got to go out, so I can put something into the walls. And then I also need to figure out, okay, so what am I doing for the alternating? I don't want to do ebony. It's too dark, but I may do birch. Birch is fairly bright. I want the floor to be light, so I may go with birch. And then one of these, and I'm not sure where, I don't have any more dark cherry. Let's take you and scroll all the way to the bottom. There's some trapdoors. Because what I can do is I can hide lights here by breaking that. Let's break that down and put a torch down here. And I like it better when it's not a torch, because then you don't get the little wisps of smoke coming up from here below. Not that I'm seeing it right now. Okay. But I'll probably put a solid block. I've got sea lanterns that can happen very, very easily. But the thing I can do is I can put a light underneath each one of these sections. And that way I've got the matching tones of the cherry. Let's see, birch. How much freestanding birch do I have? Let's just do this for right now. Grab these slabs. Oh, I got a full stack of them. I'm not super happy with the birch spreading. I'd like it to be kind of separate from that. Oh, I wonder if... Because normally I like that connect texture. What if instead I've got the planks? Yeah, the planks are not connecting. The contrast is kind of meh, for lack of a better way of saying it. It's just kind of meh, and I'm not that big of a fan of that color. However, we could tie it in with that cherry there. I would need something underneath that would look better. Let's go with like a, say, cherry underneath. So when you look underneath, you can see the cherry, and I would have to put some extra slabs underneath here so you don't see the dirt. But that's a possibility. It wouldn't be a light emitting block. These would be. Yeah, see, like I said, a method. Do I have plans? No, but I have a method of doing stuff, and I like alternating. You just not sure about that birch. I'll have to play with some of these. I might have some. Well, let's look at plank and see if there's anything that's a nice. I could make white painted planks because hello, I've got lots of bones to turn into bone meal to turn into white dye. So that's a real possibility. In fact, let's just grab some right now because I can. And let's see how white looks. kind of a sterile gray white. Maybe there's a pink that looks better. I'm looking, that's pink. That's a very dark pink. So I'll play with that and see what else I can come up with. But I do like an alternating floor. So that looks good. I definitely need more cherry planks to do that. And yeah, so at least I'll have a floor going on. Okay, yep, got to figure out the floor. Well, I've got a little bit of a better idea of the interior now, and let me show you what I've got here. I like the floor. I went with the ebony. It just that contrast of the light dark that worked. Plus, it ties into the stripped pillars that I've got going on here, and so I leaned into that and put a pillar on the center of each of these pieces in all directions, and went with just ebony. I could have alternated them so there'd be a light and dark, and I said, nah, well, we'll just go with ebony all the way around. Added us on the middles of these some roof pieces to tie that in, and then that just lent itself to putting some borders around here and a central piece of something lighter. Over here we've got a light up in there, and so it just came together once I've got a frame. And then I was going, well, I've got ones and then twos and then ones and twos and ones, and you know, and I said, okay, let's put barrels here because it's a nice good spruce color, but it's not just a plain spruce plank. And then likewise for texture and decoration and such, I've got these corner trims up at the top and bottom. They're like stairs, and I had that initially, and then I've got these pillar trims on the inside. So these are there's like three sizes, really skinny, wider, fat, and then one that goes all the way. In fact, here, let's so all the way, yeah, too fat, too skinny for the bottom, but doing the middle and then the skinnies up here, I like that setup, and it gives a nice depth in there. So we're going with that. Oh, and I need a couple more here, 1 and 2. So, and then these top ones need to be cycled. And so these have, again, a full and then a medium and a small. And I'm going with the small in the middle. So that gives a lot of texture to this, and I like that. And I thought that I'd go this way because I believe when I go into Vinery, there are some oh, these are dark cherry. Oh yeah, see, I've got some spruce wine bottle storage, and so I was looking at using the spruce wine bottles up on the side, and so that would tie in with this spruce here. Still need to finish this off and then put a roof here on the front piece. And I often go with the I was sitting there looking, going, I often go with copper. None of my roofs here have copper in them at all. So I'll have to do something different. Yeah, that's not copper. Those are not copper. Okay, this can't be copper because I'm not going with copper in this pack. I'll do something. Oh, and I still need to swap that around. Okay, I'll do that right now. So have you added a comment with your guess on the ores yet? Because I'm going to be looking at all of those and giving a shout out to whoever comes closest. Because why not? Anyway, I think I've got this done, and just put a little bit of greenery around, added some oak trees just to make it look good. Put a little campfire up there so we have, it's like we're doing work inside. Whatever. And then just leaning with the ebony and the 2 different types of cherry on this. It works. I think it works. Also did the handcrafted tables, because when you put 2 side by side, they stretch out the legs. I like that. And then we've got this cross-shaped barrel storage, and then the 3x3 barrel storage, and then this is for large bottles of storage, and just toss those around. I had a few of these red grape bags, which is just 3x3 grapes compacted together. And yeah, I've got a building now. Do I have anything to do in here? No, I've got more grape bags. I've also got some wine bottles. Recipe for that is real easy. I looted them someplace. I also have a magnetic wine where I don't recall where I got it, loot from someplace. And then also some red grape juice, which I can't put either of these in any of these containers. And I don't know why, but that's just kind of the way it is. Let's make a few things. So let's go ahead and make a grapevine pot. And maybe the plants and things will grow. Don't know. It wants that. And then we want a fermentation barrel. We'll make one of those. And then an apple press. What do you mean I don't have? Yes, I do. All right. It's having a hard time recognizing that I have the bits. There we go. I purposely set those up earlier. The quests. So let's put these down. My guess is grapevine pot, you plant something in it. I'm going to put a fermentation barrel there, and let's put the apple press here. Ta-ta-ta-ta. Okay, and I don't have any information on how to do things other than what's in the JAI stuff. For example, if I get me an apple, hey, there's an apple right there in the A's, and I just put that into here. Okay, so it's going to press it on its own, which is what I wanted to see. That should make for me some apple mash. And then once the apple mash is done, I can put that in there with a bottle, and that should make for me apple juice. Let's see, here's the apple mash with bottle and apple juice. And then what do you do with that? Well, you can put apple with another wine bottle and some apple juice, and you get apple wine. Okay, well, cool. We'll try that. Oh, there's the apple mash. Let's put a bottle in there. And okay, it is going burble up on this side. Okay, so that will work on that side. The question is, how do I get something here? My guess, if I'm going to make apple wine, I need another apple. And if I put that into the top thing, nope. Maybe I need to put apple juice there. I've got red grape juice. Well, no, I'm working on this thing. So this will get me some apple juice. And then the apple juice, I need apple juice plus apple juice. So I probably need to make a second one of these. Let's squish another one of those. Let's pull you out because well, there we go. I need obviously at least two because one of these are going to go here. And I think it needed a bottle. And you on this. So yeah, to make the apple wine bottle, apple juice, and I'm guessing I put an apple juice in here, and it's going to use 15% of whatever apple juice I did. Guessing. Yeah, that's all I've got here is just a guess. Apple mash, let's add a bottle, and that will get me the apple juice. So these, unfortunately, if I click on them or hit R on these, they don't give me any indication of how to do anything with them, which, yeah, that's not so good. If I hit U on this, it does give me some information. Okay, so honey bottle, cool. That, it's the same. That's the same. We've got multiple instances of the same thing going on here. All right. So I wonder if, because looking, are there any other presses? Press. What's that? Pressure plate. No, that doesn't help. So yeah, looking at the, I don't see how to, well, we got a storage pot. No. Cherry shells. I'm just looking for anything. Because if we, let's go put that here. It did. That gave me 25%. All right. So I'll be able to, that's bad numbers because I need 15%. And that means I can only do one of these. I can't do multiple. I don't like that. Oh, well. That's gonna take a chunk of time. Okay, I'm willing to let that run. The other thing that I was looking at and I was looking at this, and then thought was coming to my brain, and now I don't recall anymore. If I hit U on the bottle, so apple juice, honey bottle, fermentation. So I can ferment several things. Yeah. So we need various juices, but how do I get white grape juice to be able to throw those things in to get that wine? That would be kind of cool. So there's a lot of different things that I can do. The question is, how do I get apple juice? I can do white grape juice. I don't, unless let's. It's an apple press, which makes me think it's all it does is apples. But let's go into here, vinery. I've got some. Let's take you and you and you and you and you and you and you. All right, so I've got a bunch of grapery bits in here. Can I shift? I can shift click it into it. Oh, interesting. But do you do anything? Doesn't look like that does anything. Let's put one of you in there. It doesn't look like that's doing anything either. I remember what I was going to take a look at. I was going to take a look at my quests. So starts off with you find any of the vine seeds, and they're all over the place, and we've on the server have been sharing them with each other. Then dark cherry apple tree saplings, and I got these both from the wandering traders, and you get some more. We've been sharing those as well. I made some grapevine stems and some lattices, and so that's been good. Plenty more bottles, some more XP. Bottles are good. This make any wine. Well, I did that. Aha, ha, ha. Jump on top of the grapevine pot with a few times, and aha. Okay. So that's what it is. That's how it does it. Okay. I'm glad that the information is in there. And then this storage for small wine bottles. And then this bottle first wine. So we various stuff, blah blah blah, fermented and all the various to create the first wine. Okay, okay. So then I need to take this pot, and now let's put it here in this corner. Ta-da! All right, and I'm gonna take not the white jungle, white savanna. I think it was just the white grape. Let's do just one. And if I all right, what if I take my magnet and turn it off so it doesn't pick up my stuff? And that white grape. Let's do just, again just one to see if that's enough. And let me right click it. There we go. Okay, so right clicking is what I need. And then if I jump, doesn't look like there's enough grapes. Oh. Interesting. Let me take a... Oh, I got a white grape juice. I don't know if that's something that just happened or I got from something else. All right. Can I add more in here? I can't add any more. Okay, so I had to stomp on however many... it looks like 4. And that got me... It looks like it got me several... it looks like I've got 3 of these white grape juices now. Okay. Can I put that in any of these spots? Nope. Okay. So I have to actually convert them into wine. Let's stack the full amount. You are very close. Cool. I'm almost done with this. And I'm glad there's some information written down because I was looking through here and I didn't see any books that would give me information. And I love in-game documentation, but it doesn't. All right. So there's some my apple wine, and that's the first. So can I put you in there? No. Can I put you in there? I'm not seeing how I can rack. Let's try with the control. Let's try with it. Shift doesn't work. Yeah, I'm Yeah, I'm not seeing any way of putting this wine in there because age 0. I would like to slot it in and let it just age in place, which doesn't seem like it's going to. I'm gonna no. What if I shift place that? I guess I can place it in the world that way, but I don't know. If you know how to do that, that would be fantastic. So yeah, see, there's 10% apple juice, but I need to do it in groups of 15. That means I need to make 2 more, so I'd have 75. So then I could do 5 batches of it. Stupid math. Uh, yeah, okay. If you have any information about how to do this better than this, I would love to hear it. And your guess on the ores. Anyway, I've got a space for it. I'm gonna spend some time actually plugging these wines around and see what I can craft out of here. Like I said, it looks like I can do 4 and stomp on them and get me 2 different bottles of juice out of that, which works. Cool. I'll have to stomp on the various stuff and get various bottles and make stuff. Anyway, this has been Grok the Duck Farmer here playing Homestead on the FTOG server, and at least I've got me a winery place. Not that I'm doing much wine yet. And thanks for watching. Bye.